if you don't design your program, you won't even feel the level of confidence and excitement to go out and tell the world what you have. You won't even be able to get on a call with somebody and confidently say, this is how I can help you, because you don't even know what you're helping them with. I get on so many calls with different coaches and trainers and people who want to change the world. And I want to help. And I want to be able to give them what I have. And I want to transform their life. But they don't know exactly what they're getting. They don't know exactly what they're, not only, not what their client is getting, but specifically what they're giving, how they're helping them, how they're going to take them from point A to Z. And without that level of clarity and understanding, then it's going to be hard for you to even tell somebody you can help them with conviction. And that conviction, that confidence is part of what helps somebody say, I want to work with you. I get a question. People often ask me, they say, yo, Coach T, how do I put together a program? How do I design and put together a curriculum? What does that really look like? So a couple key things that come to mind is, the very first thing is you got to really be clear on who you're helping and what are you helping them achieve. How can you ever create a program to something and you don't really even know the outcome you're helping somebody achieve? Usually that's like half the battle, right? Sometimes people say, well, I want to help this audience and I want to help this audience. I want to help this audience. I want to help them achieve this. I want to help them achieve this and this. And because they're all over the place and they're scattered in terms of the outcomes that they're looking to help people achieve, they never even really get to the point where they can help people, right? They can't get to that point because it's like, how am I going to show somebody how to get to a place if I'm not even clear on what the destination is? Right? Everybody put destination in the chat. You got to be clear on what their destination is. What does the ideal outcome look like? Even if the ideal outcome may seem broad, like, well, I'm helping people achieve their goals. Okay, well, then you have a goal setting program. You want to create a goal setting program. And your goal and your agenda is, you're going to come through this program and you will be, maybe you didn't achieve your entire goal, but you've made significant process to your goal. You've put together a plan towards your goal. You made the first step towards your goal. Does that make sense? Maybe if you're helping business owners, well, maybe their goal is to make six figures, but maybe it's because you're not at that place yet. Maybe you won't help them make six figures, but you say, listen, with my program, my goal is I want to help you start your business. I want to help you set the foundation of your business, right? Or your life, or your health, or whatever the case is, right? But it's hard to get somebody to a destination if you're not clear on specifically what that is. Once you get clear, everybody put clear. This is really key. Once you get clear on this, now we can really start talking about how to design and create your program. So, Coach T, what does that look like? So, that would look like you really thinking, what education do I have? What expertise do I have? What experience do I have on this particular topic that I'm helping somebody with? What do I really have? And then taking that out of your head and then putting it into an organized curriculum or organized program. So if you say, I want to help people with trauma. Well, guess what? What does that look like? That looks like, okay, people need to know. What do people really need to know? They need to know how to identify triggers. They really need to know, positive habits. Maybe you talk about mental health. You feel what I'm saying? If you're helping somebody with more of a money-based program, let's say if it's financial literacy, right? Well, you might say, well, my goal is I'm helping people with financial literacy. My goal is to really help them increase their credit score. My goal is really to have them save up $5,000 in the bank, whatever it is, right? So then you can say, okay, well, what do they need to know about finances? Well, they need to know how to save money. They need to know where to invest money, right? They need to know assets versus liabilities. They need to know about credit and how to raise their credit score. You feel what I'm saying? So you're putting together a curriculum of what they need to know in order to achieve this goal. And it don't have to be the biggest goal in the world. It can be up to what you know. And as you continue to learn and grow, then your curriculum continues to. He said, I really got to take out all of the experience in my head and I need to list it out in terms of the principles and the topics that I can help people with. Okay, what can I help people with? One, boom, this is what they need to know. Two, boom, this is what they need to know. And by the way, all of the things that they need to know are are topics that's going to help them achieve the goal that they said that they want to achieve, which is why it's so important, because without a goal, what am I really teaching people? What are they really working towards? They're not working towards anything. I'm just teaching them information, and they're just learning information, but there's no there's no there's no objectives that they're working on completing that's going to get them closer towards a goal. You feel what I'm saying? Right? If I'm running a marathon, I want every step that I take on the journey on this marathon to get me closer to the finish line. If I'm running off track and I'm running in circles and I'm just running and running and running, but there's no destination that I'm running to, I feel like I'm wasting my time. I feel like, how valuable is this really to me? I'm gonna second guess joining that race. I'm gonna second guess joining that program. I'm gonna second guess, can this coach really help me? Because they don't even seem like they got clarity on where I need to go. And if I don't have clarity and you don't have clarity, there's no need for me to work with you, because you don't even know where you're taking me. And you can't even articulate what that looks like. Does that make sense? Go ahead and put "make sense" in the chat. This is making sense, right? These are things that I just learned over the years that makes a big difference. All right, so Grace says, how long should the program be? How do you create a framework and a curriculum? Great question. So your program, so you can have a program, your program should be as long as it takes to help somebody achieve a result, right? So I'll give you some examples. So we got some programs that usually the programs are, you get something that's like 3 to 4 months. So that's about the industry average, usually 3 to 4 months. And you say, I'm going to teach you X amount of topics in these 3 to 4 months, and it's going to get you closer to your goal. So I would say 3 to 4 months now, but you might say, well, based on what I'm doing, I think I need to work with people longer. So you can make it 6 months, you can make it a year. I would usually say anywhere between 3 months to a year is usually good. It can be 7 months, it can be 8 months. It don't got to be, 3, 6, 9, 12. But usually I see those. Right. So, but if you're asking me, I would say make it at least 3 months. If you're asking me, make a 3-month program. Let's see how long, because you're going to be working with people one-on-one, or might be working with people in groups. So that could also depend, right? So I would make it that. And then you said, how do you create a framework and a curriculum? You create that framework and a curriculum based on what we just went over. You take the knowledge out of your head, you put it, your curriculum is what you're teaching them throughout the length of your program. So if you have a program that's 3 months, then how many weeks is that? That's approximately 12 weeks. So then if you're creating a 12-week coaching program where you're going to be on a call with somebody every week for the next 12 weeks, then you should design your curriculum and what you know around the topics that you're going to be teaching them every week. So every week you're teaching them a new topic and you're coaching them and you're training them. Does that make sense? So that's what I would do. I would take out all of that's why I said you might have to go somewhere. You might have to go to a restaurant. You might have to go to a park. You might have to go somewhere where you can relax and chill and think and write, so you can really lock in and say, what are the top things people need to know in order to achieve this goal or get closer towards their goal. And then once you have that written out, once it's written out, you got your curriculum. Your curriculum is just, what are they following? What do they need to know in order to achieve their goal? So then once you got that out, at that point, it's really just about executing and designing and creating the program, because it's on paper. So now what you want to do is you want to say, okay, let me set up my program in terms of, you can send invoices, etc. So you want to set it up so you could technically make money. And then if there's any other resources and or deliverables that you want to include as part of the program, you can include it. So you might say, I have these 12 topics that I'm working with somebody for 3 months. Each and every week, I'm focusing on a different topic. And oh, by the way, I should include workbooks. By the way, I should include a course. By the way, I should include, I've had clients who they add all types of interesting stuff. Like I've had people who had a relationship coaching program, and they send the person and their spouse on a weekend getaway. And that's all part of the price of admission when they work with them, right? They send them on a weekend getaway. I got clients who, they, when somebody makes an investment in their program, they they meet the person in person, right? They might fly out or they might drive out and they meet in person with their clients. I know people who help people achieve goals, and part of what they get is, they get they get all the materials for a vision board. So now they can create their own vision board. I got people who have a women's empowerment program, and what they do is they've added um massage packages to it, right? To really help them relax and be in touch with their femininity. And they get their nail, they help they pay for their clients to get their nails done. So it's unlimited what you can add to the program, but you want to add to whatever's going to help them get closer towards their goal. But that's how you create the curriculum and how you create the program. Let me know if that's helpful.